Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Beyond Vietnamese, and on today's video I want to do a video about the three most challenging things when beginner learns Vietnamese language, because I think that they make really hard time for me. So if you know what is the most difficult thing in Vietnamese to learn, maybe you will get a teacher and maybe you will be able to learn better and faster than if you try to figure it out on your own. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just go over the most three difficult things that was for me in learning Vietnamese. So the first difficulties I found out was in the alphabet. And even though Vietnamese has like Roman letters, like in English we use, instead of Chinese, which makes it actually easier to learn. But for example, the three A's and three O's, oh my God, the pronunciation, it's just difficult for me to actually say it correctly. And I really have to try in order to pronounce it good. But still, I think I made a mistake. I'm gonna show you now what I mean by three A's and three O's. So as you can see, the alphabet has this A, this A, this A, and then these three O's. Also, U and U. It's also kind of difficult, but it's not as difficult as the A's or O's. So when I had my teacher, they said that this is like long A, something like A. This is like short A, like A. And this is something like right? So it's, yeah, when you have to pronounce it in the words, it's most difficult. And then this is like O, this is like O, and this is like or something like this, right? So it is very difficult, and I still have to practice this. Other than that, most of the other letters are pretty easy to say. So when you can read this, you are definitely going to master the language. So yeah, definitely pay attention to the alphabet. And the second thing that is most difficult, I think, is the six tones, because Vietnamese language is tone language, and sometimes I feel like, man, I have to be a singer in order for me to produce the sound. And then, if you can't produce the sound, you can't even hear it. So when Vietnamese people speak pretty fast, it will be very difficult to understand or catch what they actually meant, because there could be the same word, but different tone, it means different meaning. I'm gonna show you now what I mean. So first I'm gonna show you the tones, right? So first one has no tone. So it's hom, it's flat. Then there is this one, is sak, it goes up, sak. And then there is this one, goes down, huyen, huyen. Then there is this one, I have it almost like question mark. So it's called hoi, hoi. And then there's this like little like wave. So when you say something in the wave, it should sound something like na, na. And then the last one, it's like a dot, like as you can see right here. And it's basically, it goes down. It's nang, nang. Almost like you want to go to the bathroom. And you do, right? Something like this. So these are the tones. And here is the words. Let me show you something, all right? So for example, if you would say only this and you don't use the tone, people will not know if you talk about pineapple, coconut, or melon, right? So basically, melon, you would say something like the. You see, it's high pitch and it's like flat, the. But then coconut, it goes down, the. And then pineapple goes up, the. See, I told you, this is really confusing, and you have to pay a lot of attention. You have to put a lot of effort into practicing this, because, hey, you want to go to Vietnam and you want to have coconut, but you say the, you will get melon instead of the, right? So pay really attention to that. Now, the third thing that is very difficult, I think, for English speaking or maybe for foreigners is the personal pronouns and hierarchy because it's not as simple or easy as I, you, he, she, it, or we, they, them, right? It is not as easy because each time you speak as a person to somebody you either know or you don't know, the words are different. These pronouns are different. And also when you are talking about when you are somebody like younger and you're speaking to somebody who is older, it's also different pronouns. And if you speak to somebody who is younger, again, it's different. So yeah, this is definitely difficult to first understand, and once you master it, maybe you will be good with this. Also, when there's a hierarchy, when you speak to, for example, uncle from dad side, it is different than uncle from mom side. So it's also different. So, and the same thing for grandparents and yeah, cousins. So, I mean, the cool thing is, when you say the word correctly, you will know exactly who the people are talking about, but it is really a lot of words, a lot of names that you need to remember, and always change it based on the relationships that they have to you. So this is very difficult. I'm going to show you now some examples. So as you can see, for example, M is younger person than you, right? T is older person than you, it's only female. An, older person than you, is male. Bak is uncle, aunt. Chu, uncle. But you see, for example, this chu, uncle, it's basically either anybody who is younger than your parents, but it's also uncle like from dad side, I believe. But if it's from the mom side, it is not chu as uncle, but you call him ko. So it will be different. And then again, ko, it's aunt, but again, from, I think, only from the dad side, basically, right? From, I believe from the mom side, it would be, yeah, I don't even remember because this is so difficult. So I have to still study. But I think that all this makes Vietnamese language very interesting, and it makes your brain think a little bit, and yeah, you need to put extra effort to it. And I think that once you make sure that you understand this and you really are good at this, everything after is easy because you will be able to read anything, any book, any textbook. So even if you hear a word that you don't know, you will be able to write it down, and you are able to actually find a dictionary, and that's kind of cool. So yeah, if you start studying Vietnamese language and you are a beginner like me, make sure you really learn how to pronounce the alphabet, the A's and the O's most of the time, and then the tones. So each word you say, it has to have exact tone, otherwise it will be something else. And then, try to remember each personal pronouns so you can have normal conversation with Vietnamese people. So I hope, guys, that this video gave you some value. If yes, please give me a like. And if you want to learn Vietnamese with me or want to see my progress, please subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification icon, and I will see you in my next video.